entrepreneurs faced a new reality. This is provoking an unprecedented downturn in the global economy. Today, we have the resource persons, and the resource persons will address the issues related to women entrepreneurship, problems faced during the COVID-19 period, and its remedial measures. First of all, I just want to go to our respected resource person, Manoj Kumar Das. I'll just introduce him. He is the Managing Director of Northeastern Regional Agricultural Marketing Corporation, Head of Northeastern Development Finance and Corporation Limited, and former Director of Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship. I request Sir to address this issue. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning. Yeah, we are in a time which is very defining for our people, and I think there will be a new way of new normal, and whatever life we thought usual, that is being disrupted now. We are all now staying inside, and even a very long lockdowns have become very normal for us. When we first got the lockdown, then we didn't know what to do, and personally for myself, I stocked so much of provisions for the lockdown period. Then now slowly we realize that the needs are very, very limited, and we can live with so many things that, or ways of life that we are used to, like going to malls, shopping, going to beauty parlor, going to restaurant, hotel, going out, driving out, going on long drives. So everything has been disrupted, but then that has become a new normal. Then social distancing. We are basically, when a group of friends get together, they used to huddle together, come closer. Now people go away. And in the time of, if somebody is COVID positive, even the relatives do not go to see him or her. And all over the world now, economies are shrinking because of the lockdown. Factories are not running, and the industries are shutting down. Some industries are going through real crises, like aviation industry, then tourism, then hotel, restaurants, then maybe these garments. So whole sort of new industries are now cropping up. But man is always very, very innovative, and we see some new lines of business are coming up. Like now, this telephony, internet, then this agriculture, food processing, then e-commerce. All these sectors are growing, and even in this pandemic situation, we see our homegrown Reliance Jio is selling stakes to Google, Facebook at lakhs of crores of rupees. So we'll have to innovate. We know we are passing through bad times, hard times, and a lot of jobs are lost. Crores of jobs are lost. That is not even counted now how many people lose job, and yeah, the main sufferers in case of job loss is basically the family. And when the family suffers, the woman she has to manage, and she goes through all those hardships. She is basically homemaker, home manager. Now in this kind of a situation, entrepreneurship, yeah, I'm happy to see in the panel Subra from Manipur. She is one of our entrepreneurs promoted by NERFI. Also, she is one of our first promoters who has started a processing industry based on organic products, organic inputs in Manipur, and she is receiving very good response from all of her. Even export markets, she was having orders from European countries. So she will definitely share her experience, how her journey in entrepreneurship. Now, if we come to women entrepreneurship in Northeast, I think here women are much more empowered. We have higher gender equity, favoring women than even in a state like Meghalaya. It's the women who inherit the property. The children inherit the title of the mother, and all of our other states also, they are very active, and there is no discrimination per se to other societies. And barring a few instances, I think they are more than equal, and they are very entrepreneurial. And if we look at Northeast, because in Assam, particularly, our 84% is agrarian. So I think we'll not be that much affected by this pandemic, but then we'll be in fact able to leverage this situation, going a little backward through backward integration, like going for farming. Farming means this is we can go for multi-cropping now, then composite farming, then backyard poultry, handloom, handicraft, also piggery, goatery, fishery. We import about huge quantities of fish from outside. Nobody has quantified, but somebody mentioned a figure 50,000 crore. I don't know, but that figure is true. There is a fish we import from as far as place like Andhra Pradesh or North India, Kanpur, maybe Punjab. Then eggs, I have a number. There is about 6 million eggs are imported to Assam, Guwahati, Delhi, and it is distributed to other parts of the region. Then milk, about 5,000 crores worth of milk is imported, packaged milk. Also in containers, it comes from like North Bengal, Bihar for processing here. There are a few dairy processing units here, like Amul has a plant in Panikhaiti, then we have Purabi, then there is another one in, I think, North Guwahati, I forgot the name. So milk is, these are basic commodities, those are imported. Even potato, you import what, about 6,000 crores every year. That is, we have arrived at a figure from one survey NETFI conducted about 6-7 months back. We did a survey on cold storage, and that time this figure came out. So our economy is basically fed from outside, and if you make a list of items that we consume every day, since morning till night, you will find local companies very less. Maybe barring some vegetables, some maybe rice, local paddy, and same like the roti, kapra, makan. If you look at all these, kapra, you see most of the kapras come from outside. Then food also items, rice is from outside. These wheat-based products are from outside. Then the makan that we live in, I think in the villages we have local components like bamboo, thatch, and other things. But in the urban setting, this still comes from outside. Cement, mostly from but now we have some units locally, but then I don't know how much percentage of demand is met with local production. Because of Northeast Industrial Promotion Policy, then NEIDS and other schemes, some industries have come up, cement, steel, and all that. But then that's not sufficient. There are many other items like tiles, floor tiles, and other steel accessories. Then ply. Earlier we used to produce 100% ply in Makum Tinsukia area, but now it comes from outside. So that's it. And I think we have future in handloom sector. Assam has about 1.8 million handlooms, 18 lakh looms are there. That looms need to be upgraded to Jakarta or high production looms, maybe semi-mechanized, or in some cases we can go for power looms. And that's our women are naturally weavers. Then I think backyard poultry, composite farming, then naturally grown fruits and vegetables have big markets all over the world now. People are looking at not organic, When you go for organic certification, then it is very costly. It's about 10 times the cost of the vegetable that you get in the market. There's the price you have to pay if it is certified organic. There is something in between that is naturally grown vegetables and fruits. And recently, I was in touch with some companies from Japan and Korea. They are looking at Assam to grow these vegetables and fruits to be imported to the country. And they were businessmen or people having dedicated chains like 10,000, 20,000 customers. So will be supplied these, and that's a big area, huge area. Then medicinal aromatic plants. We should look at agar and chandan. We should plant. We have wherever we have spare land. I think we should plant agarwood, then or chandan. Then Assam lemon is a huge success now, and it's grown in very large quantity. Then we of course can have fishery, national fisheries. New schemes have come up under even Bharat Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme. So if we meet the basic needs of the people and also needs of the people outside the region, I think we can generate sufficient livelihood through entrepreneurship. But one thing I would like to tell here that wherever we have local raw material, then that kind of industry is successful. For example, we have this bell metal industry, which is very, very old. I think, I don't know, maybe 1,000-year old, 2,000-year old. But then till they are in the hands of Mahajans. The Mahajans give the raw material and they buy back the product. So what artisan is a low wage, and he is neither allowed to die or neither allowed to live properly. But at the same time, if we go for like some clusters where local raw material like bamboo or our eri, these are sustainable raw material which can be grown annually. So there, I can cite quite a few examples. Like one example of that is in there is a place called Raipur in Borpeta. That cluster produces bamboo handicraft furniture and all is worth about 50 crores. Then we have a very big cluster of dhari making in Choigaon. They export about 30 Jagannath size trucks to Hyderabad and Bangalore for these dhari are used for, I mean, bamboo mats are used for making bamboo ply. Then there is a Besimari in Dorong district near Kharupetia. They make baskets for vegetable packaging. Then we know our eri-based loom sector that is doing well. So, I mean, not making great money, but then one can always sustain. Then we can have, I suggest, like currently I think Godre's mutton cost has gone up to the roof. There is about 800 rupees a kilo retail price. So Godrej is one. Then piggery, even for piggery, these pigs are supplied from Gujarat and Punjab to Assam. Total demand is estimated to be about 1,000 crore. Out of that, 550 crores worth pigs are supplied from outside. Then fish is about 10,000, 15,000 eggs. We import about 10,000 crores worth of egg from outside. So this kind of demand-based, resource-based, and a small scale we can take up. And there are government schemes like Mudra scheme is there, and Startup India, then Stand Up India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and there are a host of schemes. Even in that Netfew, we have schemes for women entrepreneur development scheme that is up to 15 lakh, given on easier terms, and simple application process, no need of project report and all. And yeah, but then as Mosumi initially narrated, a lot of startups have died. And startups has a very high mortality anyway. When in normal times, about 90% startups do not survive. So we can have some innovation led and some resource led. Three, four candidates you should look. Like one is banana. We produce huge quantities of banana, and from banana we can have so many items: banana chips, banana pari. Then even we can make wine out of banana, ripe banana. Then banana alkali, the khar that can be actually put in normal mineral water made pH 8. If you make pH 8 water, alkaline water, there is a huge demand. It's good for health and it cures a lot of ailments or prevents a lot of ailments, including cancer. Then that's banana fiber. You can convert to textile. Banana fiber is a very good, costly material. Then second one is jackfruit. Jackfruit is now declared as a superfood, and all components of jackfruit is used. We can dry the ripe jackfruit, and the raw jackfruit is called vegan meat. It is fibers like meat. Then the nut is the kathal guti, that is very, very nutritious, and it is a high proteinous, high fiber material. We can make something like powder and mix with atta and reinforce our nourishment. Then also jackfruit wine. Ripe jackfruit can be also dried in solar dryer. Then third one is I'll put STG, small tea growers. We have about 1,20,000 small tea growers in Assam. But right now they are supplying about 26% of the green leaf to tea gardens. I mean, organized corporate tea structure, and they normally exploit them by giving a lower price. So they should go for small processing units and produce more tea, because during Corona, now post-Corona, there will be huge demand for organic tea, because tea is supposed to prevent, increase or boost our immune system. But nobody is talking about coffee right now, so that's a good news for tea industry. Then, of course, our age-old silk industry, that eri we should grow. Then we have been neglecting this mulberry or silk, that is our Assam pat or Nuni pat. That we should actually try to now revive that sector. We should plant as many mulberry trees as possible. I don't see many mulberry plantations now, but we must go and visit Karnataka, then see how they are promoting. There is not a single vacant spot where mulberry is not planted. Then Muga, of course, is a tree-borne semi-wild variety silk. So Muga has huge demand, but then because of tea industry, pesticide use and all, Muga is a very sensitive silkworm. So we can move to some areas, non-traditional areas, Muga, eri, silk, that can be looked into. Then backyard poultry, fishery, as I said. Then another industry we have been neglecting is our Assam's that Khuti-based cattle industry. That we have about 6.5 lakh Asiatic swamp buffalo, and their milk is very, very rich, because they feed on very rich grass. Also, like local, like I don't know the names, like elephant grass or khagori and all that. So it's very, very rich. But then their milk is not organized, collected in an organized way and processed into different products. Now they only sell the milk. I think in situ they should be given small plants to convert it to maybe paneer, mawa, khoya, or they should be taught how to make sweets or whatever milk products. Maybe giving chillers you can collect to one place and set up a very big plant like Amul. Right now, Amul started as a milk cooperative union, and yesterday I saw their turnover has crossed about 55,000 crores. Or that kind of industries we have to bring in. And another handloom, I said, I think I have touched most of the areas. Then medicinal and aromatic plants. Medicinal and aromatic plants, there is a demand for like citronella, lemongrass oil, then also many ashwagandha, then arjun, then giloi is our hogunilota. So many varieties of medicinal plants can be grown in a backyard, collected, bundled together or aggregated. Then it can be sold to big plants coming up here, like Patanjali and Dabur plants in Balipara. There are issues like payment issues and all. So that we have to maybe federatize and increase our bargaining power. So that can be done. Somebody has to come forward only. So there is scope in all these. Yeah, with this was I conclude my lecture or my talk, and they can ask me questions. Thank you, Masumi.
Yeah, thank you sir, very much. I think sir had given lots of avenues through which we can start up our business. That's for example, jackfruit, banana alkaline, tea, silk, buffalo milk, etc. But now I think the students have, participants have some kind of questions in their mind. Please go to the questions. Please ask the questions, the sir can answer. Someone can put their questions in chat box also. Microphone on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, there is a question in a chat box actually.
Okay.
So I would like to read the question. Uh, uh, Queried by the Sunanda Thakuria. Good morning, sir. In this regard to Northeast, what kind of societal impact will be seen in women entrepreneurship?
Am I supposed to answer this?
Yes.
See, women, if we empower women, she is the giver in the family. So if we empower women, she takes care of the family. And a whole generation is empowered if when woman is empowered financially, educationally, or otherwise. She brings in culture, she brings in independence, she can take care, and a whole sort of a dependent woman and independent woman has a lot of different in mindset, and it really helps in creating generation, new generation, which are independent, we have higher aspirational level. Basically, we contribute to the aspirational level of the in the family. Children, they can spend more in other, like in not only the basic amenities, but other things they can spend on leisure, entertainment, travel, tourism, then better standard of living. Basically, it will contribute to better standard of living, high standard of living, quality of life, then all sort of empowering the family, basically, if we empower the women. And entrepreneurship, another thing is it will generate employment, create wealth, and so it's a new entrepreneurial society, not dependent on job seekers or And one is managing own time, leveraging on time, smartly investing that his time and creating wealth, creating value for himself, herself, family, society at large. So it's like that. I hope I answered it correctly.
So I have a question for you. I was listening to the various. Uh, we understand that in Northeast, which is otherwise considered as a anthropologist's paradise, you have this rich natural resources. The problem is, sir, in the recent times, what we have seen, not only COVID, we have seen that the employment scenario has been, it's failing, it's not helping. And the youth of this particular region, the Northeast, is frustrated. Now, is there any such plan where you have this entrepreneurship linked with academy? Because there was a kind of understanding that entrepreneurship is meant only for the marginalized people. I think we need to unlearn and put it in a different way. So what do you think should be the right motto right now?
See, we are a society at transition. Northeast, if we look at the other hill districts, before 50 years and now there is a lot of change. And we have leapfrogging from maybe hunter-gatherer to agriculture, then maybe service, and then to now creating an entrepreneurial intellectual society. So it's a big jump, leapfrogging, and in between the main culprit, I will say, is the education system. The education system is just when you say, okay, how much you scored, we say how much you have memorized and vomited out in the newspaper, how much you have written. Is there any intellectual thinking component? There is none. I'll tell you about outside. They have, they don't push everybody through the same system. Maybe after class 8, you look at the Korean system. I treat them as one of the best examples India should emulate. In 1960, our per capita income were almost at similar level, about $60. But right now, you see where Korea is, where we are. It's all due to their actually education system. They have introduced vocational schools from class 6 onwards, 6, then 8, then like that higher learning, and it is a parallelly run system. And in our case, we had ITS after matric. They are also with very age-old syllabus and limited kind of courses. I'll tell you, 1 year back, I was in EDI, Ahmedabad, and there were some Chinese students. And evening, I saw them, cutting each other's hair. And I asked, okay, these fellows, they know at least 10 skills. They know how to stitch, they know how to cook, they know how to cut hair, they know how to do plumbing, then electrical. I mean, whatever is required in their household, they know it. So this skilling thing, we have neglected to a very large extent, and our youth are frustrated because they don't have a skill set and they are not employable. They have a degree, but then if you ask what they can do for someone, employer, they will not be even able to draft an application. I mean, even we talk about academic, their language or forget about their skills. They cannot. So we have now launched the Skill India mission in 2008, and that is very badly run. But then the targets were really very, very ambitious. We were to train 500 million youths by 2022. I don't know what is happening. Normally, you don't have review of this kind of announcement. So, okay, but currently we are again under transition from maybe academic to vocational. The vocational skilling is slowly getting acceptance now. Maybe after 10 years, we'll see the result. Then from skilling, they will go for small thing. Now there is no work culture. We all want blue collar, white collar jobs, office jobs. That too also maybe government jobs. That too also with some hat where you can make money, doing indulging in corruption. And the society is like that. So nobody is looking for a. For example, I tell you about this Mohogwal. Our Mohogwal, or if he has 100 buffaloes, one buffalo costing say 70,000, his net worth is about 70 lakhs rupees. But that fellow is not marketed properly. Anybody would like to give his daughter in marriage to a Mohogwal, but his net is 70 lakhs. Have you ever thought about it? We'll go for somebody who is doing some contract, something, running, moving on a very big, huge car and showing off. But that fellow has more esteem in the society rather than a person who is working hard very day and night and doing this kind of work, whose network maybe also more. So there is a mismatch in aspiration than what we are doing, where the society is leading, all that. Basically, it's a society in China, but we have to do a lot of corrective measures so that it is channelized for a better future, better orientation, guidance to the youth. So right now, it's very difficult to say. Definitely, everybody is frustrated because they are not getting jobs they want to. But then I say there is a lot of change in our youth's mindset now. You will find they are very shy of doing certain things, but they do outside. Like there are a lot of rubber tappers from Assam, even from my area in Dhemaji, they work in Kerala. They make good money, then send back home. So this work process is slowly growing. And with, I think, COVID situation now, nobody is scared of, nobody is shy of doing work. Yesterday, I met one gentleman, I can name his, actually, his name is Dipankar Sekia. He was doing some stable business, I think running some PG, hostel and all this, they closed down. Now he is making, buying raw milk from outside, making dahi and selling in Bipanan Chhatra, Panjabari. So there he got 2 shelves. Every day he puts about 50 half-kilo packets of curd, doi. And every day he is earning his livelihood that way. So yesterday I gave him some idea, okay, why into germinate moong dal and make butor gozaliola, one packet 15 grams. So 100 kilo maybe moong dal you can convert to 1,000 rupees. So that kind of, so we need to have some idea labs where we can all contribute with some small ideas we have. And there is lack of mentorship in a very, very big way. Outside, like I tell you about France, where my daughter studied. They are given one mentor. It's called Paghom, means godfather, from the same college, but which is about 20 years elder to her. He is supposed to guide her throughout her career. Then they have alumni associations. It's not like us, where we meet and for Facebook, Photoshop. They hold meetings every month, and the students can go and talk to them, meet them, take guidance. We don't have that kind of a system. I think Tezpur University can take a lead in that, like you form alumni chapters in all the cities, which meet every month, which can be even mentor platforms for not but other universities as well, where we can also go like person like Kanu or many other people who are practicing in the field. We can go give a talk and guide them. It really helps. I was a director in IIE, so they are. It's not that they look for monetary help. They look for ideas, good ideas, resources. A good entrepreneur with a good, sufficient risk-taking ability and need achievement motivation will succeed in life. And it is also very important that we fail 2-3 times, then come back. It's not that you will succeed. And one thing we have not taught our children is how to manage failures. We are all the time telling first, we are always trying to boast about their success. So that has given them a false sense of achievement in their mind, and if they fail, times go bad, they don't know what to do. Like in times like this, they are clueless, they are frustrated, they are, I mean, they don't know what to do. So we should prepare them for failures, and then they will bounce back like Steve Jobs, who failed 5 times, then created the most valuable company in the world, Apple. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. There are some questions I have seen in the chat box, but I think that because time is it is less, so we can start with the other resource person, and after that, all the resource person will try to solve the answer the questions of the participants. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Das sir. I hope you will be there, or I think you have some kind of meeting, so you have to leave. But now we will be, so thank you very much and giving your precious time and giving us lots of valuable information. We will be in touch and we will continue, and we will take care of your advice. So now we will start with our next resource person. He is Siamkanu Mohanta, a renowned entrepreneur based in Guwahati, involved in wide arenas of business and social activism. He is basically an engineer, worked as in some development projects in NETFI and ILFS. He is the managing director of MMS Advisory Private Limited. He promoted it at Trust in the name of Trust MMS and initiated India's biggest socio-cultural initiatives as like Northeast festivals, Rongali, in New Delhi, Bangkok, and in many places through this trust. So now we often see him in some of the talk shows, very important with the Zugatmok Distre with Samkanu Mohanta. So in Prague News. So I welcome you, sir, and I just like to keep your space in the forum.
Thank you so much, Mosumi, and thank you everyone. And after listening to Manoj Da, who is like a senior to me, like a family member, feel good. And most importantly, I would love to address our women, our friends, our sisters. And at a time when I believe the future of Assam is entrepreneurship, and that's why I'm here. I had rounds of meeting today, but I thought I must come and see and meet our friends. In this short presentation, I'll be brief. I'll talk about my entrepreneurial journey, what I have done so far, and then what I want our entrepreneurs to do, or what kind of projects are possible in the Northeast India post-COVID. So talking about myself, I did I passed out Cotton College, Engineering College, and then I did management in finance, MBA in finance. And then I joined in NETFI, Northeastern Development Finance Corporation. I was actually in charge of project finance and did a lot of small project financing, women entrepreneurship, a lot of finance, a lot of small projects by women, large projects. And at the time I was working with Dr. Jayanta Madhav and Mr. J.P. Soikia groomed me. So at the time I was involved in a lot of Northeast industrial policies and other projects. Then I joined ILFS, Infrastructure Leasing and Financial Services, and I became Senior Vice President there in ILFS, one of the top management. And I worked in Delhi, I was in Uttaranchal, Bihar, I was in Washington in US. So I was involved in some of the largest project India has seen. That NGC Tripura Power Projects is 6,000 crores of project. I was a project manager. I was involved in bringing some hotel chains like Taj Hotels in Guwahati, Agartala, and many other places. I did logistic hub, agro projects, and I was working in different parts of the country at the time. And then I realized I always wanted to come back to Assam. I was mostly in Delhi. And I told my father that I want to leave my job. My family is all in jobs. My brother Bhaskar Jyoti Mohanta is the Director General of Police of Assam. My brother, Dr. Nigopal Mohanto, is a professor in Guwahati University. One is in principal of Sibsagar Commerce College. All of them we discussed, and they told me go ahead. But my father was not happy that at the time when I was earning a good salary at a very senior level in ILFS, and one of the most highest ranked person in the whole country. So at the peak of my career, I left my job because I always wanted to come back to my own place and do something. Whatever I have learned in across the world, I want to come back and do in my place. So there I started my journey. Although my family, my father was very against it, but my brothers told me, let's take a jump, let's take a plunge and see how it is. And I must tell you, 2011, I started my entrepreneurial journey. And now around 300 people are working with me, around 300 engineers. By God's grace, we run the largest project management company of Northeast, is MMS Advisory. Whatever I have learned in NetFee and ILFS, I started in my personal life the same thing. I did this embankment, Matmora Geotubes, that is in Dhokwa Khala. We did project management. We are not a contractor, we are a project management consultant. I learned how to conceptualize a project, how to bring finance, and how to do project supervision. Whatever I have learned, I started my company. The first lesson of entrepreneurship I want to share with my friends sitting here is that you must start a project where you have some expertise. In my case, my expertise was project management, how to conceptualize a project, and I did project across the world. And whatever I have learned, I started doing in Northeast. So first project was the Matmora Geodikes, we successfully implemented, and for the last many years, there is no flood. We did many projects, Bamboo Technology Park, Mega Food Park, and we started doing project supervision of road project of Prime Minister Grandma Sarak Yojana of entire Northeast. So these are the projects I have started doing in. So mainly I earn my living from project consultancy. So we do the DPR, we do the design, drawing, and project supervision, we get fees. And from these fees, I run my organization, and most of the boys are engineers working with me. So this is one part of my job. There's entrepreneurship, which is basically whatever I have learned, I started doing it. Then I started many other initiatives. I had done a small Hyderabad project of 8 megawatt. It's called Patkai Energy. This is in a place called Rima in Arunachal Pradesh. Because my expertise is a Hyderabad project. I did a lot of small Hyderabad projects. There's a Champamati Hydro project we did in a place called Siran in Kokorajar, near Kokorajar. So that project is successfully running. So I started doing my own small Hyderabad project. So basic point, my expertise, whatever I have learned, I started doing it. But later on, I get into a socio-cultural initiative because we come from a very cultured family background. My whole family is from culture. So we thought we started doing some cultural initiative. We started an initiative called Train MMS. It's a trust. Under Train MMS, I did this Sankardeva Movement initiative in Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai. It was an experimental initiative. There we started the Northeast Festival because I was in Delhi, and at the time there was a lot of racial attack was going against the people of Northeast. To create awareness about Northeast, we started Northeast Festival. It was just an attempt to just make people know about Northeast. So we tried to showcase our culture. Zubin Garg came on board, Mary Com came on board, and all these Adil Hussain, the icons of Northeast. We joined hands, we started this Northeast Festival. Over the years, I'm so happy to tell you, the Northeast Festival has become the biggest brand of Northeast outside. If you type Northeast, you would cover Northeast Festival. I started this initiative just an experimental venture. But later on, what we did, we include entrepreneurship. We realized what is the strength of Northeast. Our strength is handloom and handicraft. We started showcasing our entrepreneurs, mostly women entrepreneurs. So highlighted the craft of Northeast. The tourism, I realized that strength of Northeast. While doing Northeast Festival, I have realized the power of Northeast tourism. So in Delhi, when people started coming in Northeast, they started talking about tourism. So we started promoting in Northeast Festival. It is organized in a place called Indira Gandhi Center for Arts in Delhi, IGNC. We started highlighting the tourism destination of Northeast, of the Majuli, for example, the Manas Sanctuary, the Arunachal, that lakes of Arunachal, all of the products we started exhibiting. Then we started organizing some B2B meet on tourism. We got the tour operator of Northeast connecting with the tour operators of Delhi. It has resulted lots of business in Northeast. And the handloom handicraft entrepreneurs, we started doing some B2B meet on textiles. So it has given, if you see, a lot of textile entrepreneurs of Northeast got their, they started doing their first initiation in Northeast Festival Delhi. Then we started promoting our cuisines. We made some beautiful Northeast cuisines are very, very sellable. And the famous Northeast restaurants like Nagaland Kitchen, Joko the Tribal Kitchen, all started from Northeast Festival because cuisine, craft, tourism, music, fashion, that made our combination. So what I'm trying to talk about, the strength of Northeast, these are the strength of Northeast. And in Northeast Festival, musically, because we have strength, so Papo and Zubin, we all got joined together. So all the top iconic Techo sisters, the Soul Mate and Ruben Masang, all he came. So music became a product for us. We started promoting music. We started promoting fashion. Most of the fashion designers that you have seen, from the Reboti Chetris and Aradhana Borgwaj and Sanjukta Doctor, everybody has become a product of Northeast Festival. So fashion, they got business linkage. So Northeast Festival has become a business platform. From Delhi, we went to Mumbai. We did this Colors of Northeast in Taj Mahal Palace. It was hosted by Ratan Tata. Then all the top industrialists came. Then I started organizing the Make in Northeast campaign in Mumbai, where we got a lot of investors talking about exploring investment in Northeast India. Then we went to Bangkok after the success of Northeast Festival. We realized the future of Northeast is Southeast Asia. So we organized this Northeast India Festival at Bangkok in a place called Central World. Around 700 entrepreneurs, textile entrepreneurs, agri and food entrepreneurs, tourism entrepreneurs went to Bangkok. We got Southeast Asia's top entrepreneurs coming. We organized B2B meet on tourism, B2B meet on agriculture sector. There I realized the market of agri-horti products of Northeast India. So Northeast Festival Bangkok has created a large base, and we did a lot of people-to-people exchange, where Thai home culture of Northeast, the Thai scholars of Northeast discussed with the Thai scholars of Southeast Asia. So basically, they realized the future of Northeast lies in Southeast Asia, and so this people-to-people exchange is so critical to organize business linkage in future. The Northeast India Festival became quite famous, and India's Prime Minister in last year has declared that this is a continuous affair. So this year we are supposed to do in this month of February, but because of Corona, we deferred. Then we also did something called Rongali in Assam, where you must all know the famous Rongali festival, which we organized. It is in Guwahati, in Khanapara, where you get tour operators across Northeast come, across India come. They go to Nagaland, they go to Meghalaya, they go to entire Assam. And we try to develop a tourism linkage, and that has resulted a lot of tourism inflow. And Southeast Asia also, we started getting some business and tourism linkage. So this is basically the basic job that I'm working. I'm working many other projects, but to give a background at the making of me as a person. And this TV program is Jugatmok Distira Shyam Kanora Khoite. So I started talking about entrepreneurship. I started talking about power plants. I say that Andolans are not in future. The future is work, future is entrepreneurship, future is business transaction, and opening up ourselves. So TV, I started talking this subject, and luckily, there are a lot of young people started liking it, and I'm doing some special programs in TV, and we talk about a development agenda. So today, there's a part of the entire thought process. Let me tell a few things specifically about women entrepreneurship. I talked about myself because I come from a very small village of Sibsagar, Kuarpur. From Kuarpur, I studied in Sibsagar Government School in Assamese medium. I then studied in Cotton College, and I traveled across the world. And I must tell you, some of the biggest projects of India, I'm lucky to drive it. Wenji Tripura Power Project is India's most successful power project, and I was the project manager. What I'm trying to tell you that from any corners of Assam and Northeast, we can come out provided we have the drive and passion to do it. So first thing for an entrepreneur is passion. The passion is most important thing, that you must be a passion. As I told you, Northeast Festival was an experimental initiative. I just started, but now it has become not a passion of myself, the passion of lakhs of people. So there are a lot of project initiatives that we have started. The passion is driving it. So first thing for any entrepreneur, for Assamese or Northeastern boys and girls, the passion is important. You must love what you are trying to do. Most important thing, love what you do, and you must have the guts to pull it through. There are many failures. I have encountered many failures in life. But yes, failures give you an opportunity. Every failure is an opportunity. Look at how well you can take it forward. So talking about entrepreneurship, the Northeast India, I'll come specific to the specific projects, because Manojda has already spoken about, in general, a lot of initiatives, a lot of possibility to entrepreneurs. But I will talk about specificity about projects. If you look at me, if I want to advise you what kind of project you can look at, I see a maximum potential of Northeast, that is tourism. The core competency, I always believe every person has a core competency. I have my strength, I have my weakness. As a person, perhaps my strength is I can communicate, I can work hard, and there are a lot of positivity I bring. But I have some weakness in terms of accounting and other things where I bring some expertise from outside. So as a person, you have a strength and weaknesses, and as an organization or as a region, you have a strength and weakness. If you look at the SWOT analysis of Northeast, our biggest strength is what we have. What we have is tourism, because as a product, Northeast is perhaps Assam is the largest concentration of wildlife sanctuaries in the whole world. If you look at Arunachal, the Stone Peak Mountains, we look at Meghalaya, an entire culture, the numerous tribes, and especially the food habits together. Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, if you all combine together, Northeast as a whole, it's the most attractive tourism destination in the whole country. But what is our problem? The perception is bad, which we are trying to do, as I just forgot to mention, in Northeast Festival, we started getting first page news in Times of India Hindu about our food, our fashion, our craft. The Northeast Festival, we try to create a perception, try to address the perception issue. Because tourism is on perception, the investment is on perception. So tourism, first thing is that what we are trying to do is create a positive perception. Earlier, it was all about flood or insurgency or, all these issues were the positive, negative publicity across the country. In Northeast Festival, we have got positive headlines across India on this, the positivity of Northeast. So tourism, of late, has becoming quite attractive in Northeast. Before the CAA movement, tourism was booming in Assam and Meghalaya specifically. A lot of new entrepreneurs came in, a lot of tour operators came in. But after CAA and after this Corona, we are in serious problem. If you ask me, as of now, tourism in Northeast is in absolute in ICU. But you as a young entrepreneur, you're all studying in Tezpur University. And as a young entrepreneur, you will come out of your study in next 1 or 2 years and you'll be ready to travel after 2 years. After 2 years, Northeast tourism will be booming, that I can promise you. So first thing, as an entrepreneur, you must not look at today, you must look at tomorrow. When you plan the project, because the project development stage, you need to plan the project. So when you plan out and talk about a project, I believe tourism is going to be a project you can look at. Why tourism? I have mentioned we have strengths as of Northeast, and post-COVID, you will see a lot of people will try to visit Northeast because people are, they're sick of these, artificialities, the buildings and the city life, especially Bangalore. Indian tourists are a big tourist. We don't need to look at foreign tourists. The people from Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, they used to travel to US and UK specifically. Every year, around 4 or 5 times they travel to across the world. That is where the maximum tourism for Indian tourists bring a lot of revenue to US and UK. But post-COVID, there's an apprehension that people will not travel that much outside the country. So I believe there's a potential of Indian tourists traveling to Northeast because they believe Northeast will give them solace, Northeast will give them wildlife. So what do we lack here? We lack Wayside Amenity Center. The first project, if I ask to advise you, set up some Wayside Amenity Center. If you drive your car from Guwahati to say Sibsagar or Dibrugarh, there are very few locations where you will get amenities, where you can take your family, your wife, or your mother to use, for convenience. So first thing is that if you go to Delhi, Jaipur, you'll see a lot of convenience stores. The convenience stores are very attractive tourism proposition. The convenience stores needs a very good toilet, good clean hygiene atmosphere, some good food, and some and souvenirs and some agri products. So first thing is that convenience stores, I see a big demand. These are called wayside amenities, be it in Assam, be it in Arunachal. If you go to Tawang, you will be sick of going to Tawang because there's hardly any facilities on the way to Tawang, on to Arunachal, on to Lakhimpur. So first project I want to suggest you, tourism, wayside amenities, look at this. I see a big demand in next 2 to 5 years. The Northeast is going to do wonderfully well in tourism. The second project I will try to adjust because I'm trying to focus on specific project for you so that you can get into your mind. The second project I will talk about a project like eco resorts. So far, our concept of Northeast tourism is about mass tourism, where a lot of Bengalis come and they come to Kamakya and they go to Shillong and crowd our place and spend very little. Tourism is all about Shillong or Kamakya or Kaziranga. So they're crowding the place, they're not bringing value because they do not spend. If I get a chance to manage this state, first thing I'll do is that I will make Assam a high-end destination. And Arunachal, and Meghalaya, all these locations, the high-end destination means you have wildlife, you have culture, and you make eco resorts. Inside the resort, small resort, 10 room, 15 room resort, but inside the resort, make it a very high-quality toilet, very clean, very hygiene. Because post-corona, people will not like to stay in a crowded hotel. There's post-corona, whole way the business will change. So I'm talking to you at a time when there's a future for you. Women entrepreneurs can make a killing post-corona. If you ask me why, my answer is that hygiene is going to be the most critical factor of entrepreneurship, of lifestyle of everyone. And women are much better in this sector. Women are more hygienic. They know what is, because in our culture, especially Northeastern women, Nasmi's women, we have seen our mother, how clean they have. Our parents and our mothers are trying to teach people about hygiene. Our Guru Shankardev has taught about our hygiene. If you look at, if you go to Namghar, when they distribute prasad, they put a gamusa, in nose. So this is hygiene, and we have a culture of hygiene, and our women entrepreneur can take forward the culture of hygiene in a tourism entrepreneurship. Make some resort, small resort, doesn't need so much of money. 10-room resort, make good restaurant, a good room, good toilet, and give them a hygienic service and market it extensively. Most importantly, you do in resort near Dhekuyajuli, near resort near Dibrugarh. Now is online. You'll see earlier people out. I don't want to use my case right now because you do not know from where Corona is spreading. The first thing you will see post-Corona, you will see all internet-driven business. So that is where women entrepreneurs will have strength. What you will do, everything is online. You will book online. And when you come to your restaurant, your hotel, your eco-resort, you will not give him menu. You will give menu in his mobile. Menu in his mobile. And everything in mobile, everything, the app will be created, and through app, people will order, people will do business, and people will make payment through your Paytm or whatever app. So there is no money transaction. The online transaction will help Northeast, because first thing you must learn, you must have an internet connection, a broadband connection in your resort. So broadband connections are offered by Reliance Jio. So first thing, tourism project with a lot of internet connection and marketing across the world. Make a beautiful brand name and promote across the country, across the world, and talk about hygiene and talk about eco-resort in COVID times and promote this concept. And I see a big business opportunity for our women entrepreneurs. This is the first project. The second project, if I talk about the handicraft, our women are strong in handicraft. I am surprised to see what I saw in Northeast Festival. In Northeast Festival, what we do, we got some our handloom handicraft entrepreneurs from the Northeast. Around 100 of them goes to Northeast Festival, and you call some buyers. And buyers comes and say that can you give this around 40 lakhs of order? I'm seeing in my eyes, we are getting in Northeast Festival booking up to 40 lakhs of rupees for our handloom product. We're not being able to deliver because we do not produce mass. Production of handloom products, there's a big demand across the national capital in Mumbai. Our handloom products need some value addition and make it more fashionable. The fashionable means of value addition in a suridar or in a skirt of our area or a muga product is a huge demand. And I tell you, get into handloom product because we have strength in handloom product as well as handicraft. Market it online. And if some of you are interested, I will help you out. I will give you a platform. As I told you, Delhi Northeast Festival, we give entrepreneurs platform for free. We do not charge anyone. But we get the India's large buyers coming and we organize B2B meetings. If you do good quality product, I promise you I'm going to help you, the entrepreneurs coming out of Tezpur University. This is a commitment from my side. That I'll help you to get some market in them whenever you do. But you must show your product and convince me that you are doing some value addition. First thing is value addition. Yeah, our area, our megu, our muga, focus on value addition, make product which are sellable in the market. Our mekhela sadars are not that bulk product. Our skirts are bulk, our suridars are, our mufflers, our masks, as I told you. If you see my Facebook status, I promoted a mask of one guy called Vidyut Bhagwati, and he's getting orders to 5,000 orders he got in 2 days from Delhi. Because my links in Delhi, they are looking for this quality masks. Because designer masks made of Aryan Muga products are big demand. Because right now, if you look at the companies, the big corporates, top officials, they would like to use and they want some exclusivity. Dress is exclusive. They want the exclusive car, and they will want exclusive mask. Where 2 layers they want for safety, but use Muga, use Eri, and make it stylish. Sell it in Mumbai, sell it in Bangalore, and you see a huge demand for our masks. It doesn't cost more than 50 rupees. You can sell it 600 rupees per mask. That is business. Value addition is that how to market and create value. There's a shop called Ogan in Delhi. They take our Muga product, which is you're selling a Muga sari, we sell it at 2,000 rupees, they sell it 50,000 rupees. So that is where the value addition is creating the market. So second product I focus on handloom and handicraft. The third thing I would like to focus, these are for my women entrepreneurs, I'm trying to focus on specific for the third thing, I'll strongly talk about agro. This is a picture of agro and horti, and we can be an agro hub because we have got organic agro horti products. Personally, I am starting an agro processing supply chain company. and I'm creating my own brand and trying to sell product to Southeast Asia and other parts of the world. Our pineapple, our ginger. So if you talk about agro processing, the pineapple is around 6-7 days of life. After 7 days it gets wasted. But if you make a pulp or powder, it stays for 6 months. So basically, Northeast's biggest disadvantage is your linkage to outside world. But if you do some semi-process, it has got a bigger market. So Southeast Asia is opening up. As I told you, I've been to Bangkok, organized this Northeast Festival.
Oh.
Somebody's sound is coming.
Because
Some
oh.
Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you, earlier when you do business, when you started project, there was a problem. Northeast product was only a small market of Northeast. Northeast is a small market. By the time we sell to Delhi or Mumbai, it becomes unviable because of transportation cost. But once the Southeast Asia opens up, the road coming up, we must be all aware, is a trilateral highway that connects from Manipur. There's Moreh in Manipur. You go to Guwahati, Kohima, Imphal, then Moreh. From Moreh to a Masat in Thailand. It's 1,365-kilometer road. That road connects Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and goes to Masat. And 2 hours from Masat is Bangkok. And the road goes up to Singapore. This road is going to change the entire logistic and connectivity dynamics of Northeast India. It's two very, very important projects I want to tell you. Because earlier our problem is that our products are only Northeast. But now you can talk about selling to Myanmar. Myanmar is a market, and Myanmar is a poor country, and they need a lot of product. Trading can be a good business. Some products, a lot of products will come from Southeast also, but we can sell product to Southeast Asia. The second the most important development I must tell you, now the Chittagong port is allowed for Northeastern people. Earlier, Chittagong was a part of Northeast at the time of 1947. When British left, Assam was the 5th largest economy of India. Assam is undivided Assam, Nagaland, Arunachal all together. Why? Because Chittagong port was part of Northeast. Chittagong and Assam has a seamless connectivity to Myanmar, and there was Indo, Assam, Bengal, Assam, China. There was a pipeline, Assam, Burma, China, ABC pipeline. That pipeline used to fuel the ships of China from Assam. Assam gas is to go to China. So basically, that was connectivity at that time. Seamless connectivity made Assam one of the most prosperous zones, undivided Assam. Now, because after independence, we lost the connectivity, we lost the market. But because of the Southeast Asian Act East policy, this market is opening up. First thing, Chittagong port coming up. So from people, I did the first project of this Act East policy. I was in Tripura. At the time, we was doing ONGC Tripura power project. There I realized the problem of Northeast. We used to make 726 megawatt power plant, ONGC Tripura power project. So it was done by LFS, and I was the project manager. We used to bring this, we had to bring these turbines from Siemens turbine from Germany. From Germany, it came to Kolkata port. And from Kolkata, we tried to bring to Guwahati, Barnihat, then we tried to take to Karimganj, then up to Tripura. Twice we failed because there is no road which can hold these big turbines. Then we went to Bangladesh. We convinced the Bangladesh Prime Minister, Khaleda Zia was Prime Minister, was anti-India. So they convinced them, and we used the Kolkata to the Chittagong port. They allowed in return of some power. So from Kolkata to Chittagong is very easy, very near from Kolkata to Chittagong port. From Chittagong to Tripura is around 200 kilometers, that famous Palatana power project. So instead of running around Assam and Bengal and Meghalaya, with a very shorter route, we saved many days and we could transport because of river connectivity is easy. So very important, Bangladesh is very important to Northeast, and what good thing is happening for you all. Now this Chittagong, at that time we did it as a one-off project because of in lieu of power we did the project. Now Chittagong port is open up. From Silchar, you can sell products. Silchar can be a big zone. I see a big future for Silchar because Silchar can send product because Tripura has some disadvantage. But Silchar can be a production hub and sell product through Chittagong. You can sell to China. Sorry, you can sell to Germany. You can sell to US. Because the port is very important to selling products. So what I'm trying to tell you, you're in an exciting time because one side it is so the port is opening up for Northeast, and the Southeast Asia is opening up for Northeast. So market is bigger when you come an entrepreneur. So coming up the final project, so we talk about tourism, we talk about agri-processing, handloom, handicraft, but small project we talk about is a big demand for rice mill. It's around 90 lakhs of project. Then 50% rice come from outside. If you do a rice mill, it's a big demand in Assam right now. If you talk about engineering project, they are paper block. These are some of the projects I'm mentioning so that you get some ideas. So these are the projects. There are many other projects, but to give an idea about these two kind of projects I try to highlight where we have got raw material advantage or like agro food processing, or you have got core competency because of nature, that is like tourism, or market driven. Suppose rice mill, market driven. A lot of local markets are missing. And if you talk about animal husbandry, there is a huge demand for the pork processing. Pork is a big market, and pork processing can be a big market not only for Assam and Northeast, for the entire Southeast Asia. So coming back for the incentives, if you start a project, I'm just coming up the final part of my presentation. To do a project, what do you need? You need a project idea. The project idea you must have a project. You must project which you have conviction in. You need a land for it. You need a detailed project report, and you need funding. For funding, as Manoj also touched upon, NETFI, State Bank of India, are the funding source. So the women entrepreneurs, NETFI has a special scheme. And there are a lot of incentive for women entrepreneurs. If you can go through, there are specific women entrepreneurship scheme. For a project of 100 rupees, you can spend around 20 rupees if you have to bring, around 80 to 75 rupees can be a bank loan. For the bank loan, there are incentive for MSME. First thing, get yourself registered in MSME. There are incentive like no collateral funding of late. So collateral security, you have to give a security in lieu of your loan. So there are subsidies if you talk about. I just want to highlight 3 things for you. There's a Government of India subsidy out of which 30% value of plant and machinery is given as reimbursement. It's called Central Capital Investment Subsidy. Then there's an interest incentive subsidy. For the 5 years of your production, 3% of working capital interest is reimbursed by Government of India. And there's a comprehensive insurance subsidy where your entire insurance cost is reimbursed. There's GST reimbursement under Government of India, where Government of India part, CGST part of the GST is reimbursed. Income tax reimbursement to the tune of 58%. That is a government part of central share of income tax is reimbursed under new Central Northeast Industrial Policy, and there's an incentive for central employment incentives. In case of Assam, you have another scheme where state government's ST sale tax is reimbursed up to 150% of value of plant and machinery, and there's a 50% generator, if you generate power subsidy up to 20 lakhs of rupees, or 2 rupees per unit, and there are a few other more subsidies. So basically what I'm trying to tell you, there are subsidies, there are projects, there are now new policies say that your land you can convert into an industrial project provided you own the land. So this is a good time to talk about project. There's a lot of incentive for women, and try to highlight few projects you can look at. I try to talk about projects where Assam has a strength, Northeast has a strength in terms of raw material or a market strength. And most importantly, our problem is that our mindset. Somehow Assamese entrepreneurs, women, boys, we do not have the drive, the killer instinct of an entrepreneur. First thing, the whole country, if you look at, Gujarat is driving by entrepreneurs. Maharashtra is driven by entrepreneurs. Tamil Nadu is driven by entrepreneurs. Women are driving IT industry in the world now. Women are now in food processing industry, handloom handling industry. Women are different. They are more aspirational. They are especially a Northeastern women, our parents, and we all are trying to, groom our. In fact, I have my kid, and we are girls, and we are trying to promote them. I'm trying to. They're very young, but I talk about entrepreneurship all the time. So new generation, talk about entrepreneurship, and women are encouraged in entrepreneurship, and this is the best time. COVID is a bad time, but COVID is a matter of time. Next April, COVID will be gone. That is where your time will come. So get ready for this wonderful world. What I'm trying to tell you, that COVID is a real bad time. So let us use this time to think about what you can do, what research, do a lot of market research. Everything is available online. I don't need to tell you what are available for women entrepreneurs. Get into internet, Google it, find out. I just talk about Northeast Industrial Policy so that you get an idea. Central subsidies are more viable because government pays it. State, state are not resourceful. That's why I'm not focusing on state. What I'm trying to tell you is that everything available on internet, business is on internet. Earlier, I was studying, I'm from a Kuarpur. I was born in a place called Kuarpur in Sibsagar, very remote place of Sibsagar. At that time, when I came to Cotton College, and I was much more unsmart than a boy from Don Bosco, because I didn't have access to informations. But now, if you look at the remotest corner of Assam or a Nagaland, has the same, if he has an internet connection, the Geo, he's as smart as a guy in Mumbai. So internet has reduced the barrier of knowledge. So what I'm trying to tell you, use the internet properly. Internet will give you business, but your mind is important. You must know. You must know what I'm trying to emphasize on being smart. What is strength? How can market and how to do it, and most importantly, drive to take it forward. So thank you so much. So I believe in the coming days we will see a lot of young women entrepreneurs from Tezpur University coming up and taking our project. And skmahanta@gmail.com is my email address. You can follow me. I have a Shyamkana Mohanto. I have many Facebook accounts as Shyamkana Mohanto, or there's a Shyamkana Mohanto Facebook account and a Twitter account. So basically, when you take up your plans, anytime, any help, I'm there. And we are trying to create the atmosphere so that if anybody creates problem, we'll fight for all of you. We want you to come out and let Assam and Northeast flourish as an entrepreneurial state, as a region. And we make our future, not through Andolan and Rastaka Andolan, Banda Banda. We want to open it up. We want to create a culture of industry, of entrepreneurship, an entrepreneurial culture, positive mindset. And we are going to rule the world through our effort and a very positive attitude. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for your valuable input, especially the areas what you have given to us. And I think in the chat box also lots of participants have given you the thanks. But there are some questions. First of all, I will go to, because I have seen for many times, because for some of the questions are there in the chat box. Especially, I will speak about Sahina Khanam. He has a question that women, especially from remote areas, are neglected. If they were going to start a business or entrepreneurship for those areas, will these women get successes of, in any business? I just want to answer, first of all, this question.
I think I tried to answer this question when I was talking about it. Earlier, as I told you at the time, remote people, a person from remote area had a problem. I come from a remote place of Kuarpur in Sibsagar. It's far away from town. So as I told you earlier, but now in Kuarpur, I see very strong internet connection. Your future is your internet. Information you will get in internet. If you're in a remote place, if you have a good internet connection, you will get access to all the information. The first thing is information in terms of what are the potential projects. I try to highlight you what are possible. The second part is how to go ahead. So in remote area also, the information from internet, you will get internet information in terms of project, detailed project report, how to make a detailed project report. And then somebody has to guide you. There must be a consultant who will help you in a local area. Suppose you're in Dibrugarh, in the nearby areas, there will be some consultant who can help you to make a project report. First, make a project report, look at the market, look at the competitors, look at your product, and then go to the government, go to DIC. You go to DIC. If you're at Dibrugarh, come to DIC Dibrugarh. If you're in Sibsagar, come to DIC Sibsagar, whatever. If you're in Manipur, Imphal, come to nearby area. So basically, first get the information, make a project, a viable project, and do a research on what are the viable projects. And I try to give some ideas what can be possible in our part of the country. Make a viable project, first thing. And then get into the government, nearby government level to get. These days, the approval levels are very less. As I am trying to tell you, earlier our time, we should take a lot of approvals. Now the approvals are much lesser. You'll get approval easily. And if you have any problems in getting approvals, mail me. I'll make a noise for you. There is no problem of getting approval. Whether in remote place or city center, doesn't matter. You need a good project, a viable project, research project, well-researched project, and you'll get support. Support, you need supported what? You need supported finance. Rest you have to do yourself. You have to conceptualize project, you have to market, you have to develop knowledge, is everything of your own. So basically what I'm trying to tell you, internet is your answer. Internet will give you a lot of information. Where to apply, what are the information. And if you have internet connection, you're at par. If you're in Delhi or in Guwahati city or inside in Kokrajhar, you will get the same information. So don't worry, use the internet properly and be smart in identifying a project. Getting approval, everybody will support you. Nobody is going to stop you right now, especially in Assam. I can say with authority. I can say with authority that nobody will disturb you in getting approvals. But project, you have to decide. Market, you have to develop. So this is all yours. Government can only support by giving some approvals. Rest is all yours. So you can do it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, another question from again Suranda Thakaria, because you have told about internet, but she said that since business is running online during this pandemic, don't you think women don't have same network access to reach out for moral and technical support? because I just want to add something, because most of the girls leave the educated girls, some poorly educated, or who doesn't have the education. They don't know to access the internet, or sometimes they are very much poor in accessing this kind of surfing in internet or using the internet techniques. So what for these such types of women?
No, this is not fair. There is no problem. My girls are doing wonderful. Let me answer the question. Now, Mosim, leave it to me. I'll search and I will answer. Because I understand that minds, trust me. I work with all the young boys and girls. All my Northeast Festival, if you see, the most happening boys and girls are working with me from entire Northeast. So I know their minds. So first, let me answer you. Nothing women cannot do. Most of the consultancy company I'm working are driven by women. So most of the IT girls are women. Women are driving the world. Get your internet, be smart, start working. There is no problem. A male and a female has the same problems and disadvantages in this COVID time. I also cannot go out, and the lady can also go out. So it's all through internet. Sitting here and inside the house, I can do any work. So first thing I want to tell you, forget about this stigma. Male and female are equal, especially in COVID time. And in open time, perhaps you are trying to mean that they will go out anytime. No, right now you are at equal footing. Use the internet, send mail, send documentation. Everything is fair. No problem at all. Okay, let me answer the question. I'm searching for one. Aditya Saike is saying handloom and agro business depend on transportation and logistics, which is constrained. How to create efficiency and low cost in supply chain. How to remove middlemen so that reaches directly to retailer. I'm trying to do in agri what it is. Basically, I'm working with the FPCs. There's a farmers producing company. FPCs are in Assam. If you look at, we have an FPC in Zagirud or in any other. We have one Gulaghat, Bukakhat. So I'm connecting directly to the farmer producing company, taking their product and trying to take it directly to the market. Market means earlier everything was managed by middlemen. Now, post-COVID, because of people are not using, because I'm transferring money from here to a Revo in Meghalaya through internet. So once you transfer to internet, the middleman is gone. So what I believe post-COVID, the advantage is the middleman role is lesser, because I need to pay 10 lakhs of rupees to buy products. I will not use cash. I will try to transfer through mail. To online. So what I'm trying to tell you, post-COVID, it is much easier to control the middleman. So a handloom and handicraft product, make a good website. Suppose Sikha Spita is doing a handloom product. So Sikha will make a brand. The brand, you make it attractive, showcase your product and do some Facebook promotion, Instagram promotion in Mumbai, Delhi, wherever. And then if somebody in Mumbai, in Nariman Point, wants to buy a product from Sikha, she will like it and sell it, and you sell directly. Because his online business is through online transaction and transport directly. What I'm trying to tell you, the supply chain post-COVID will be through internet, and you have to make a beautiful site, good brand name, and very attractive brand name, and extensive promotion in social media. It doesn't cost money. If you want to promote in Mumbai, it will cost you 5,000 rupees. You can reach entire Mumbai. In social media, there is the power of social media. Afrina Begum says that thank you and great session. It was fruitful. Thank you so much. So many positive words. I am getting Giti Smita. Okay, what more? I'm searching myself, Mosumi. Let me see. Lina Gogo, you mentioned lots of ways which one can start entrepreneurship career, but women take the dependent thing will depend the face problem. Encouragement in all spheres might help. Yes, I agree. So that Lina, I agree that women must be encouraged, and that is why I'm here. That is why I'm here, and this is my job. And I believe this is a job of others also. And we can do it. We can do it. And irrespective whether I encourage you or not, I tell you, as a country, our Prime Minister wants to encourage women. Our government wants to encourage women. And Tezpur University, this fantastic women platform Tezpur University created. That's fantastic. I really loved it. Chandra Prabha Soikiani. So these are people are doing it now. I am sure things will improve. Deepjyoti says it's very inspirational. There's so many messages. Thank you so much. I have to leave you guys. I just want to finish it off saying that last time short term and one question by Puspita Dev, sir, I want to know short-term and long-term challenges that women entrepreneurs are going to face during post-era. Short-term challenge is logistic. Second, long-term challenge, there's a stigma always says a woman cannot do, but slowly things are changing. Short-term challenges are, we are facing the challenges. Suppose I have to transport product to Dubai, I'm not being able to send because there is no flight. So in terms of COVID, next few months will be challenging. Up to April, there will be big challenging time. So let us accept. Up to April, we have very serious challenges up to April. But post-April, I see things will open up. So till that time, hold it. Make your planning right now and make your execution after April. That is my suggestion. So thank you so much. So I have to leave you guys. My email is skmohanto@gmail.com, and you can see my Shyamkanta Mohanto Facebook page. You can watch, and I keep on discussing on a lot of these issues. I answer a lot of your queries, and let's be in touch. And I'm there for you to support you guys wherever, whichever possible. And thank you, Tezpur University, for doing this session. It was a wonderful interacting with you. And please excuse me because I have a lot of things to do, so I have to run for my office right now. And it was absolute pleasure talking to you all. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mosi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shyamkanta Mohanto, please. And we have to remember about the patient. So we should not lose the patient, and we have to be strong at least till April. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your enlightening us with a very strong and means the very positive vibes have given to us. Thank you. So next, I just want to start with our last resource person. She is Subhra Devi. Subhra Devi has completed her master's degree in food and nutrition from Banastali Vidyapith, Rajasthan. After working in the development sectors for 10 years, she took plunge to venture into the packaged food industry, and she established Mera Food Industry in 2004. And Mera Food Industry is today a household name of Manipur. So I welcome you, ma'am. Please continue with your speech. Subhra ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, please, ma'am. You can start. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm visible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, Mosmi and the Tezpur University for inviting me in this very interesting session. Let me start with what I did in past 10 to 15 years with women, and where my products are going, and how we can develop the entrepreneurship skills and among women. Okay, yeah. As Mosme has shared that I started in Banastali Vidyapith, Rajasthan. That was in the year 1990. I completed my master in food and nutrition. So food is my forte. I was very confident. It's not the confidence I must say, but it was. I was very I liked the processing of food. That was one of my interest area. But due to the demand in the job market, I worked in various sectors. I served as a college lecturer in one of the private college here. Then also I served as an announcer, radio announcer in All India Radio Imphal. Then later on I joined the NGO sector. And when I was working with NGO, I was more focusing on women empowerment and how this violence against women can be tackled. And I was working with various organizations who are working on this line. And we also have developed lots of a very strong network among us. But one of the main problem which we discovered during those period of my work was that the poverty, the women are suffering that poverty in a very serious degree. Very serious degree of poverty is there with the women. And economic independence is not with them. Even though the women of Manipur are considered to be a very hardworking women, and they are engaged in various sectors. And they have done a tremendous job in the field of handloom handicraft. Food, even though you can see that most of the women are most of the time in the kitchen, they cooked, they prepare food for the family. But when we talk about food industry, we don't see many women coming up in this sector. So I thought that I think actually I should begin some of the journey with this. So at the beginning, even though I don't have much of the resources with me, and when you shared your ideas with the bank were also not very like keen in supporting me. So I said, okay, with whatever I have, let me start with. So I used my kitchen. So it's in creating a model for every woman that you can start a business from your home with the space you have and whatever resources you have it. So it's not that only when you have a very big project with you in your hand, or you have tied up with the banks or some organization, and some organization supporting you, only then you can do the business. You can start with what you have, and bank will only support when they see that your business is growing. So that is one of the messages I would like to share with whoever's want to start a business. So you should try out the ideas you have, but try in a very small level. So even if you failed, you can come up that very fast. If you are failed with in a very huge way, then that economically it will be very difficult to come up again. So the setback will be very strong. So instead of that, I'll suggest that try out in a very small way, so that you can try many more new ideas with. So it's not the food. When I tried this Myra, even though I would like to mention here that why I kept this name as a Myra. Myra is a symbol of women empowerment here. You must have heard about Myra Pibes. Myra is a torch which women carries for the night vigil. When there's some social evil, all the women of this our locality, our society will come out, and they take the charge of taking care of solving those problems. So we are in a time where women and our society is going through a very severe poverty. Everybody is in search of job, and they want to have a very enough earning for their family to support a family, and their family can live in a very respectable way. So to meet the basic need, women also have to earn. And one of the key steps of women empowerment I consider is the economic independence. When women have their own earning, they can support themselves. They have a say in their family as well, and in the society as well. They achieve a respectable space in the society. And when the women are, for every aspect, depends on the male member of the society, and they have to listen to them. So this is one area where I consider that economic independence is must. And studies have also shown that when women earn, it's not that women are earning only for themselves. When women earn, their health improve, the health of the children improve, the nutrition of the family improve, the education get better, and they have more broader way of thinking in the society, that how they can take part, active participation in the development of society. So this is one of the area where I consider that women should earn. So, but when women want to start some journey or entrepreneur journey, they always have this complaint that they don't have the access to loan or to bank or access to government schemes, or vice versa. All this, the complaints are there. I said, look, just try out with what you have. You start from your home in a small way. So where you are comfortable with. So for myself, I was comfortable with the food processing. So I said, let me try out with this. So I see in the market, there are thousands of products which is coming from outside. And out of which I considered there are many products which can be made it so easily at your kitchen, and the raw material is available in plenty. So I started trying out on the available fruits of the state, because in the market I see lots of product which is coming from Myanmar, all dried fruits and very easily processed, processed at the home scale level, and it is all preserved with the use of sugar, salt, or like it's in a very easy way. It's a like pickling thing and drying out the fruits. So that was the easiest thing I could start with, and I saw that it has a very, it has a ready market. You can easily market it. You can start from your local market, your own localities, and that can be replaced. The things which is coming from outside, that can be replaced, and you can have a very sustainable economy of the state. So when I started, of course, as I said earlier, that I didn't have anything with me. There was no support at all. So with a very few investment, the money I have, I purchased some of the fruits from the local market, started processing on it, and very immediately I started selling on a very small packet, which everybody can buy. 1 rupee packet was my beginning. So a 1 rupee packet, everybody can purchase. You can just sell it in the local market. It was so easy to sell. So response was so good that I didn't look back from there. I started taking participation in the local exhibition, as well as that state level and national level exhibition, and response was coming very like tremendously so well that I also started thinking of not only marketing in the local in Manipur, but spreading it across India, and also to looking for even exporting my product. Of course, the product line, which from the local fruits and vegetables which we have, and the international market, what kind of products they are looking for from us is always like the demands are different, and national markets are different demand. So based on that, we have to develop the product. That's what we did from last so many years we have been working with. And simultaneously, when I started, I didn't have much of skilled worker who can really work with me and help me out. So at the beginning, I started with giving training. So whoever's I've taken as my help to help out in my work, I give them training, and later on they become a trainer to the new new recruits. So slowly, I started with 3 of them at the beginning. Now I have more than 60 plus women who are directly working with me, and there are numbers of self-help groups whom we have trained, and we have outsourced our product, and they're also working with me, and it's more directly we are giving benefit to more than 200 of women. So it's starting from the farming level till the final products. Lots of women get involved in my work. So people are saying that why only women? Why not male? I said, yeah, see, male have lots of opportunity to work. Whoever has come to me, they are either less educated, school dropouts, who can continue their education because of the family pressure or family economic condition, or lesser those who don't have the better opportunity in life. So they are not skilled, and they have never get the opportunity to get certain education where they will be skilled, and exposure level is also very less to them. So they are looking in a way, they want to work in a very safe environment. So I said that when we create this kind of environment where only women are working, their family also agree to send their children to my workplace. So this is a thing which I created, and I'm also asking other group and other women to duplicate it and in their local area. So now I say very proudly that when I registered myself as a food processor and with my unit as a food processing unit in 2004, there was not much of the women food processor who were doing processing and selling in the market. Now, in the recent survey in this line, there are more than 4,000 registered women food processor, and startup is again one of the opportunity for them, and that the Manipur government is really focusing on this startups in idea stage, on the revenue stage. In idea stage, so many of them have registered themselves, and especially in the food processing sector, and they are trying out new products to launch with. Definitely, there are many who are just an imitation of what I have started in the 2004, and which is still continuing. So we are very much in the local market. Most of my products are sold out here itself, but now, because I said that there are so many other smaller units are coming up who are making very similar line of products, so I don't have to focus more on this local market now. You can see that there are many products which is coming from outside have been also stopped. It is more the local food products are sold here. So the availability of local processed foods are very much here in Manipur. Before that, there was not much. So it is a utilization of available fruits and vegetables. In developed country, whatever grown fruits and vegetables are there, 70 to 80% are processed in the processing unit. Whereas in India, it is only 10 to 30% been processed. In Manipur, there was not much, not even 10% was processed here. So there's an ample opportunity for us as a food processor that we should try out many more new products. And because we are in the agrarian the society, and most of our earnings are on agriculture sector and whatever it is grown here, and climatically also we are very suitable to grow many exotic variety of fruits and vegetables. We can really think of for our future that we can start the farming of those products which has a very good market outside of the country, and in the process form, what kind of product we can sell it out. So we see lots of opportunity women and also our youth can take up in the near future after COVID. In Manipur, we have started a movement through various educated youth who came together and started forming society, and we are giving lots of awareness program going from place to place, and spreading the awareness program that we should make ourselves, our state as a food sustainable in food, so that at least we don't depend on the food from outside. And if we grow in surplus, we can think of the processing as well as earning by selling those products outside of the country. One of the products which has really come up very well in the state is the pineapple. So I'm also targeting the processed pineapple to export outside of the state. Of course, it has reached to various places, but I'm also targeting to export it. Now, after sending lots of samples and samplings been done, now I have a very fixed order, as Mr. Das from NATFI also mentioned, that I'm going to export my pineapple product in a cane form to some of the country outside, and it's very soon it will be going shift by shift. And logistic is definitely a very big issue, because we don't have any direct connection of flight from here to different foreign countries. So either it has to send up to Delhi or Mumbai, or to the nearest port, like in either in to Calcutta or Mumbai port. Then only we have to send it. Otherwise, that's the biggest challenge we have till that. But as Mr. S.K. Mahanta also mentioned, that this is a temporary challenge. Once this is shot out, we'll be able to do lots of exporting of our product outside of the state. So during this COVID period, I didn't stop my business. I continued making it. of course, at the very beginning of it was in the later part of March till the end of March, we couldn't do much of the business because most of the time it was public curfew, very strong lockdown, and lots of people were also very fearful to coming out. So we couldn't do much in the month of March, and even till April, it was not business was not much. But those who were living with me, staying with me, who could work, being residing there in the factory premises, we continue to work because there was certain processing which takes time, and once you stopped, it will go waste. Even lots of pineapple in my cold room was went lost. It was all rotten, so we had to throw it out. It was a few tons of pineapple I had to just dumped. Throw it away because it was all rotten after the quite long lockdown. And even the packaging material which I was expecting to receive from outside of the state, because of all this lockdown and none of the vehicles was flying, they couldn't bring it on time, so I couldn't do it. And that was one of the challenge I had. But now things have started moving. Vehicles are coming in. Even my packaging materials are coming. Even the chemicals which I required for the preservations are coming in. And whatever I required, it is of course is coming. But yeah, another challenge which I have is that the prices which we fixed earlier is it has to change because the logistic cost is coming up. Like, for example, when I used to send my product from here, from Imphal to Delhi, per kg, the charges of this freight was only 45 rupees. Now it has come up to 65 rupees per kg. So it has definitely affected the pricing of the product as well, because the transportation cost extra. And most of the packaging materials we don't produce here. It is coming from outside, either from Guwahati, from Delhi, from Kanpur, or from various other places. It's coming in. So even that the costing, because of that, the costing has really gone up. That's a bigger challenge we have. And another challenge we have is still the public vehicles are not flying. So those workers who are coming to work with me, who agree to work with me in a very strict environment, we have to arrange their pickup facilities. So we arranged a pickup van for them. We are picking up from their home and we drop them back to their home, and in a very thinner way we are working. So, but as it is a food, and food is will always be in demand. So we have to continue the production, and it's a seasonal also. So in the season of mango, you have to save mango. In the season of plum, you have to save plum. In the season of pineapple, you have to process the pineapple. You cannot process pineapple when pineapple is not available. So when the fruits is on time, that we have to continue our working as well. So it was a closing down of my factory for some time was not possible. So we continued working with. And but we had to arrange it. We have to arrange in a very alternative ways so that everybody get the a safer environment, and they also feel very safe to come to work with us. And market, we also have to search the market so that we don't go out of cash. Even though Prime Minister have extended the support that to the MSME sector, the COVID support fund is also released. So we are expecting the bank also support in a more prompt way, so that our immediate requirement can be met with, especially when you have a very good rapport with your bankers. Definitely banks are there. So I'm also going through all this thing, and when you are in this kind of business, you have to really tackle those each and every issue one by one, and very unseen problems also come up. You have to get ready with that, because this is it's a tough time for us, and we all have to tackle this problem unitedly, and we can hope for the better future, that definitely things will improve, change, and will come up with the better ideas. I think instead of sharing what I have done, this is some of my product which we are making in. I think it is visible. This is large cane, which is this is for the export purpose, and there are many products which we are making in. I have started sending some of my products to UK in a very smaller consignment. Apart from the food processing, I'm also trying out some of my hand on the handicraft and handloom. Manipur, as you know, we are very rich in handicraft sector, but most of our products are for the local consumption. So I thought that instead of just like marketing our product in local, because there your revenue will be very small. So we are targeting to export some of the some of our products to other country. We have tried to Netherlands. It has reached, and we are waiting for the response that how their public or their consumers are responding on our product. And we are hoping that in the near future we'll definitely do more and more export of the local product, which will definitely benefit our people, our artisans, and also our economy will definitely improve. Yeah. I think I'll invite more of the question, then I continue just sharing for longer period. I love to answer what our viewers are really looking for.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am, for your completely practical in a manner how women struggles and ultimately means they success in your life in your entrepreneurship. So I just request all of the participants to ask question, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, ma'am, very mesmerizing talk. Actually, you had done many work. Actually, so we should appreciate women like you. In Assam also, we have very small. We have many women who produce very small amount of this processed food, but in our local market, this processed food has less demand, and so is there any way out that we can unite all those small units and export to other states?
Yeah, there's a possibility that we create a common brand for the state and see that what the outside of the state are looking from the Northeast. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what they are expecting, for example, one of my pickle which is on very high demand is Bhoot Jalukia pickle.
Yes,
you also have, Assam also has this Bhoot Jalukia, and Manipur also has, we call it Umoro. Nagaland call it king chili. So every state has, it's a very similar, a very hot chili. It is in very high demand. So you can create certain product collectively, which other people from outside of the state is looking for. It can be like you can create even the sauce of the pickle, sauce of the chili, or some other product which like the raw material will be from your side, but the final product will definitely be consumed, will be liked by other like people from outside. And you can see on the rec, as Mr. S.K. Manta also said, that in the Google, when you Google it, you see that what kind of food products are available in the market, and what range of products are available, and what are the products which we can, our people from our state can make it. So we can focus on, like, we could focus on certain product which can be easily made it here, and on the common brand which will definitely promote the Assam. and can sell, they can sell it out. So the same thing I'm also trying in the Manipur. When I started in 2004, amla, as you know, that it's the richest source of vitamin C. It is very healthy food, and amla was available in plenty. And only product which was available in the market of amla was this, just dry amla, just salted dry amla. And there were some brand of those product of amla were also coming from outside, but now it's completely stopped. It's only on our local amla dried form is sold here. But availability of amla for local consumptions, it's more than what we can consume, our people can consume. So it isn't plenty. I must say it's in plenty of amount which is available. The amla is available. So because amla is in high demand or outside of the state, so we are developing certain amla product so that we can sell that outside of the state. Recently, we also realized that the price factor is one of the issue. When you see the amla products from other state are selling at a very cheaper rate, whereas our products are a little higher on side. But we also have to negotiate with saying that this is more natural, this is more organic than the amla which is processed in other side of the country and sold it out. So there are certain things which we can really think of working together, but skilling is very important. When you have to produce in huge, when you have to come to the market, you have to have a set of people who are skilled. So it's a skilling is very important here. So you have to give a training continuously so that more and more people can make the same kind of product, so that it can come to the common brand, and the whole product can come in the one place, and you can pack it and sell it in a common brand. So that is one possibility which I see, and I was trying out that way, because my 3 unit is not enough to supply whole India, and it is in a smaller way. So if I have to supply one of my product to all over the India, then I have to join thousands of women to work with me. So that is one possibility I see, that the smaller unit can come together and create certain brand, create some product which can be sellable. Like Legit Papa is a very good example, that every woman
Yes.
and the same recipe, making papad at their home and bringing back to one common place and packing it and selling to all over the world. Legit papad is a very good example. So like that, the Assam can also create certain product like that which can be which is sellable outside. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anyone?
Any other question?
Any other questions? Yeah, I have checked the chat box also, but I have only find some appreciation to ma'am.
More of appreciation than the question. Thank you very much.
From
Like
yes, thank you for the informative session. It's so inspiring to hear to women entrepreneurs as you, ma'am. More power to you. So I think most of the participants are feeling powerful and thinking of doing something as you are doing. So thank you, ma'am. You have given, because you have to leave your factory and to sit in the office. Say to me, thank you very much. Your spare your time.
Yeah, motivating women is also very important, so that all the women can come together. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. So I just want like to wind up our session. I thank Manoj Kumar Das sir, Siamkanu Mohanta sir, Bradevi ma'am, for giving their inputs, valuable inputs in the session. I thank all the Tezpur University Technical Support System administrators. I also thank all the participants who have actively participated, and they are continuously supporting us through their participation in all our webinars. So thank you very much. We are very much lucky to get you in our online modes of seminars. Thank you very much.